Let's talk about your heart. How is your heart today? I'm not talking about your physical heart. I'm talking about your energy center, your heart chakra. Welcome to Mindful Yoga with Noelle. I am Noelle, and I'm here to lead you on a little journey of living more of a compassionate life with balancing of your fourth chakra, your heart chakra, Antaha chakra. I have a altar built today and my sound bowl out, and we'll be leading you through a yin yoga class. So let me show you how to build an atmosphere to help balance your heart chakra. At the altar that I built, I have a heart out and a lot of the color green. I have roses out that they speak to the highest frequency to the heart, and also some green crystals and lights to help represent the heart chakra. Start with the yin yoga class. Let's begin with a little meditation to bring ourselves more centered of the awareness of our heart chakra. It's nice to visualize a 12-pointed lotus flower. And in a 12-pointed lotus flower, then there's 6 points, and it makes a triangle on the top that points down and a triangle that points up if you drew it. And that is representation of really connecting to all of our energy channels through our body. We have tons of these energy channels through our bodies, and they're called the nadis, and there's 72,000 channels that run through our body. So that's a lot of channels that we have energy running through us, and some of that can get stuck sometimes, or it can feel blocked. So if you feel like you have been feeling frustrated, sad, and depressed, that is a sign of the heart chakra not being balanced. But physically, you could be having maybe high blood pressure, asthma problems, because the heart also affects the lungs. Even neck issues, believe it or not, because we have our carotid artery that's in our neck. So a lot of health issues are in conjunction with the heart chakra. So it's very important that we take care of our heart emotionally also, so it doesn't lead to physical illness. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and think of that beautiful lotus flower again, the 12 points to clear all of our energy centers. So we're going to make the lotus flower mudra. So I'm going to bring the heel of my hands together and seal my pinky finger and my thumb up and bring the tips of my other fingers together. I'm going to place my thumb right down at my sternum and press gently. And I'm going to bow my head and visualize the color pink as I breathe in. And I want to experience the color green when I breathe out, to have healing energy around me. Now you can reverse these colors if you'd like, or only focus on one of them. So as I bow my head and dwell into these colors with my breath, I just want to bring that breath awareness into my chest, feeling the rise and fall, but then relax my shoulders to the back. Feel my shoulder blades relax, release any tension. And as I breathe in, I feel this light, this warm pink light come around my heart chakra, but I want to feel it expand wide through my chest and through my back. And as I exhale, I feel that green energy seeping into the ethers around me to create that aura, that karma in my life. And as you keep imagining these colors, they could become darker or lighter depending on how you feel and what suits your fancy. So we want to think now about the physical heart. Think of the breath moving around the physical heart, just not the front of it, the back of it. Think about all the way around your heart to feel this expansiveness of energy. Inhaling and exhaling, because our breath controls the beat of our heart and the blood pressure and our emotions. So just taking this time of maybe having a gentle measure of a count of 4 in to a count of 4 out. And bring your intention in. Is this practice for you? Is it for somebody else? Or is this for somebody that maybe you need to forgive? And as you bring this awareness into the heart and the heart center, you become more aware of opening up that part of your body, having that sensation through your body. Keep pressing the fingertips together to keep the awareness of that beautiful lotus flower. Your spine long, feeling the breath moving through the body. Now also there's a beautiful goddess that represents the heart chakra, and her name is Kuan Yin. And she is the mother of compassion. Before she was called to nirvana, she looked down below to the planet Earth, and she knew that people needed more love and compassion within her life. So as you bow down to dwell into that beautiful light and into that lotus flower that Kuan Yin also held, just give a moment of respect to her and dedicate this practice to her to bring more of this energy within. Love, compassion, kindness. And then exhale, release your hands. Just roll the shoulders around a little bit here. We're going to talk about the meridians that go with the heart chakra. So we have 12 major meridians through our body. And when you move through yin yoga poses, you press upon some of these meridians. But what's kind of nice is something to take away, that if you don't have the time to get on your mat, we could go ahead and stimulate the heart chakra meridians. Plus it feels really good, and it's good for your lymphatic system. So you're going to go ahead and take your left index finger and go ahead and rub it onto the right hand. I like to rub onto all my fingers to warm up the whole hand, warm heart. Even rub the whole hands together. But then I'm going to take index finger to index finger, and I'm going to press down. And I'm going to bring my left index finger to the inside of my wrist and press. Take a breath in. Visualize your pink or your green light. And then as we exhale, we're going to travel up the arm more. We're going to stop right at the elbow, bend the elbow, begin to bring the arm up just a little bit, that right arm. And take another breath in and keep traveling with that left index finger all the way up into the armpit, that puffy part. If it's puffy, it can mean that there can be an imbalance there within the heart. So as I'm opening up the side of my body, I'm also breathing. I maybe can lean and feel the stretch a little bit. And I'm going to take another breath, and I'm going to pull my finger up to the clavicle, and you can rub right along that collarbone area and press out. So if you felt any tightness or denseness along the chest, that's releasing of your heart chakra meridian. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Warm the hands up again. We're going to go ahead and take the right index finger this time, press upon the left index finger and press into the hand. Feel the warmth, feel your breath. Stop to the inside of the wrist, press down. I think that's where a strong point is for your pulse. And then bring it down to the inside of your forearm. Pause, breathe. And then take it all the way to the inside of the armpit. Press, breathe. And then jog that finger up to the clavicle area, pressing all the way out and release. Release and let go. Shake the hands. Let go of the unwanted chi. And begin to rub those hands together again. So going back to the heart chakra is connected with the lungs and also the small intestines. We're warming our hands up for our Reiki. I'm going to take a deep breath in and imagine that green healing light, and I'm going to blow it in between my hands and place my hands down on top of my chest, my thumbs towards the armpit, drop my elbows down, step as tall as I possibly can, press down and imagine that energy, the warmth of your Reiki energy pressing down into your body. And breathing in and out with that pink and green light. Maybe begin to use a very soft Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose with that very, very soft raspiness in the back of the throat. One more time. And exhale and release. So we're going to come over into all fours to move into cat and cow. And as you move through cat and cow, begin to really think of the sternum dropping to the earth and then lifting the sternum up into the upper part of the back as high as you can as you drop the head and you're drawing that tailbone under you slightly to feel the release of your shoulder blades. And then go ahead and drop down into that saggy cow again as you go ahead and exhale. Go ahead and inhale and shift back into a pretty child's pose, whichever suits your heart. You can bring your arms long, head down, and just let your heart rest and draw down towards the earth. So you could bend the elbows here to rest your forehead. And as you do this, you are relaxing your chest towards Mother Gaia, which she recharges you. You're allowing your shoulder blades to open to let Father Sky go ahead and fill you up with love from above. Draw the sit bones down a little bit more towards the heels, let your belly become a little bit more soft. No, this is a resting pose at any time as we move through this practice. Take one more full breath in here. And we're going to exhale, release, and draw those forearms long. Take the toes long, and you're going to lie down onto the belly, placing the feet long into Sphinx pose. Go ahead and windshield wiper the legs. Go ahead and relax the neck, because remember I talked about how the meridians in the body and all those nadis, we got that carotid artery. So I'm going to walk my elbows into my body. I'm going to inch my toes to pull me in a little bit more. And it's like pulling your heart forward. I mean, think of a beautiful snake pulling its heart forward. You're going to go ahead and press into the palms of your hands first, because that's where that heart meridian started. Go ahead and look up, breathe. Go ahead and tighten your body here for a moment. And then as you take a big exhale, soften and melt into the earth, allowing the head to drop as the shoulders go back. Working with that soft Ujjayi breath. Go ahead and turn the palms of the hands up to take tension out of the upper body. As you focus on your breathing, make sure that you're feeling your shoulders rolling back and softness creating to the chest and to the back of the upper back. Feeling those shoulder blades float a little bit more. So be patient with yourself, because this can take time, especially if you are in forgiveness mode or grief. This takes time to feel this energy shift, and it can feel like a lot when you move with the heart chakra. So taking another deep breath in, deep breath out, going a little bit deeper, letting my head drop down a little bit more. You can always place a block underneath the head if you need some support with the neck. I'm trying to soften the lower extremities of my body as much as I possibly can. 2 more breaths here. Full inhale and exhale. One more time. Turning my palms back over, coming to my knees, and moving my tailbone side to side, and taking a seat. As I draw up, I want to go ahead and bring my arms up to the sky and create these big goalie arms. And as I create these big goalie arms, we're going to move our body, the upper body. So the heart chakra is the bridge to the lower chakras and to the upper chakras. It's the 4th chakra, and we have 7 chakras through our body. So we have the root, your sacral, and your solar plex. Then there's the heart. So this is all balanced and grounded, and we come to the heart. And when the heart is balanced, then the throat, the third eye, and the crown is balanced. So it's very important to create that balance of feeling grounded within your practice before we move through these poses. So we're going to bring these arms up to begin to open up more of the upper part of the body here before we go into some deeper poses. And we're just going to take this cat and cow with the upper body now. So go ahead and move here. So as you inhale and exhale, let that breath out. Moving the body, moving the arms around a little bit, getting creative with movement here. Releasing any tension within the shoulders, the neck, and maybe even placing the hands behind the head and drawing here into cat and cow. And then release the arms. So I'm going to build a back bend. And I know that can sound scary to some of us, but it's a great way to open up your heart chakra. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 bolsters. I'm going to place one horizontally, and you could use a pillow for this. I'm going to go ahead and place one vertically. If you need more support for your head, I'm going to go ahead and show you the first couple of ways to do this. Now, you can place a blanket underneath your knees if you would like, but you're going to begin to lean back into this pose. So if you need more support, you could grab a block or a blanket to add to this, or another bolster. Now, you can allow the arms to come overhead if you would like. I'm over here grabbing opposite elbows. This feels wonderful. It's opening up the whole front side of my body. Or you could just bring your hands to your rib cage to really help focus on expanding your breath with your airways. What we were talking about, how the heart is connected to the lungs. Taking a really big deep breath in. Again, you don't have to be still in these poses. Try, experiment, feel. You could bring those hands overhead. You could come back to that lotus mudra as you hold this here, relaxing the body. Just take a couple of breaths and feel right where you are, what feels right to hold, to feel your body opening and releasing. I think about receiving love and giving love. Same with kindness and having some compassion for people. Now, if you'd like to go further within this pose, you're going to go ahead and bring your bottom down. And this is something that could be held up to 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how you feel. So I'm bringing myself up, walking my feet in, and notice I created a little rocking chair here. I'm going to begin to recline back, supporting my head, swallowing, keeping my throat and my airways open as I feel my heart open. I'm going to begin to extend my legs long. Or you could bring your legs into bound angle here. As you hold this back bend, you begin to feel the chest open. And then you could go ahead and go back to feeling that meridian open again, going back to rubbing across the body like you're cleansing yourself, getting rid of whatever feels stuck. And hold this pose. And in yin, we go to that 70% edge of feeling yourself opening. Never past that. So rely on the support that's underneath you. And when you come out of a pose, you go slowly. I'm going to bring my legs together, drop my bottom down, come up slowly, not to get dizzy. And I'm going to go ahead and rock side to side here to release the pose. So let's talk about opening up the back side of the heart. Because the heart is just not in the front. Our energy centers run through the back side of the body. So I'm going to bring my legs open, and again, place any support that you need. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this bolster in front of me and place it onto my third eye. And find the height and where you're folding that's right for you. And as I come here, I'm going to go ahead and let my forehead fall heavy into the bolster to allow my shoulders to open, to feel my shoulder blades move far away from my spine. Beginning to imagine that beautiful pink light glowing within my rib cage and feeling this green light around my body, supporting my health. Again, breathing in, feeling love and compassion, exhaling, recognizing the new vitality that I'm giving my heart. Let my legs become softer, my feet become more soft, feeling the space between the toes. Beginning to feel more like air, everything flowing through me and feeling light. Letting things go with the wind if they come through the mind that do not serve the purpose. Take a couple more breaths here. And as you exhale, begin to lift the head very slowly. And as you lift your head slowly, we're going to go ahead and go into a little bit more of a heart opening pose. You're going to go ahead and bring your legs over to the side of the mat. So I'm swinging mine out to the right. I'm going to take a yoga block and a blanket. And this is really good for your lymphatic system. This is not a pleasurable pose, but it's a great pose to release that stuck energy. So if you notice, I placed my block up on the middle height, the thin side up, and I'm going to place my left armpit area over onto the block. Reposition my hips, my elbow. You might have to use another block to place your elbow on. And I'm going to allow my body to drape heavily into the block to clear the lymphatic system to the heart. So I'm going to rock forward and back to where you feel this pressure. So remember when we were going into the channels of the body, we pressed at the armpit? This is kind of the same thing. So now I'm going to begin to lift up that right arm, and I'm going to bring it over the top of my head. Let your legs rest, bring your gaze down, or maybe bring your gaze to something that's on the altar that you built, or a picture of somebody that you're sending this practice to. Go inward if you need to with the mind's eye. Feel the breath run through the body. And again, this is yin yoga. Go heavier into the pose if you can, or come out of the pose if it's too much. Always adjusting what you feel here. You're going to go ahead and hold this for maybe about 3 minutes, or as long as you can, rubbing back and forth, side to side. And as you draw up slowly, we'll go ahead and do the opposite side. And as you come to the opposite side, set it up, and you're going to notice maybe the difference on how it felt from one side to the other. Gently place yourself down onto the block, rocking side to side. Ooh. Then bring that left arm overhead, press into that right side, and breathe. Begin to imagine that lotus flower sitting within your heart center, and it's glowing very beautifully within the light. Take another breath in and a breath out. Imagining that light coming brighter and brighter as you begin to release any darkness that's withheld within the heart center, allowing your heart to glow. Take another deep breath in and deep breath out. And exhale and release, coming up slowly. After doing a big stretch like that, you want to go ahead and move the chest around a little bit. Roll the shoulders around to release any of that tightening feeling, because when you come in and out of these poses, sometimes the upper part of your body can feel slightly maybe not comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and set us up for a gentle heart opening Shavasana position. I'm going to go ahead and fold the blanket long like my spine. And then I'm going to go ahead and take another blanket for my neck. I'm going to go ahead and fold that like so. As I come down onto my back, I want the blanket to be right on the spine just to create a gentle opener. And depending on your back and your spine, you can go larger with this if you would like. You could just add another blanket. So I'm going to let my body go long for a moment, just really stretch everything out like a 5-point star. And then I'm going to go ahead and bend the knees and maybe just lift my spine up to feel like it's long against the blanket. I'm going to go ahead and reach over like a twist from my navel to my left arm and roll across the body again. And then reach over to the opposite side and do the same thing. So you could do this a couple of times to prepare yourself for Shavasana. And then this time you could go ahead and drop the body over if you want to go into a twist, and roll and come over and go into the opposite side. And then hold. Let your arms come down by your side, legs long, and relax. This is one of the best poses to help let your heart rest. So go ahead and just take 2 minutes here to come back to the feeling of that light within your chest. You can place a hand to the heart and one to the belly if you would like to be more connected. And as you feel that light drawing in, imagine that pink light getting bigger each time you breathe in as you feel it within your chest. Letting that inhale become longer. Letting your mind, body, and soul relax here. And as you exhale, to slow the exhale down, begin to envision that green light leaving your body, surrounding you with that green health, like eating green vegetables. You're glowing within that healthy energy. And then when you are ready, just to begin to rub your fingertips and bring your feet in, to roll over into a fetal position, to draw yourself back up into seated. So as we end our practice today, there is a vibrational sound of the heart chakra called YUM, Y-A-M. And you can hum that to yourself. Yum. It sounds funny. It reminds me of eating a piece of chocolate and how yummy it is when it goes down. So that same vibrational energy that you send down fills your heart with the energy cells that it needs, the hertz of the sound of your voice. But also I have the crystal sound bowl, the heart chakra. You can see the symbol within. I'm going to go ahead and ring this so you can hear the sound of the vibration of the heart chakra sound bowl. When you place your hands just ever so gently near it, not touching it, and feel the vibration. Take a deep breath with it. Let it out. So even when you take this practice off of your yoga mat, when you go outside to dwell within the landscape around you that is the color green, to maybe wear clothing that's the color green, to collecting your crystals that are the color green, to maybe even using lavender oil that is soothing to the heart, you are producing a life of more love, kindness, and compassion, and we all know that the world needs that more. So when I think of the heart chakra, I always think of the movie E.T., of Turn Up Your Heart Light. So be like E.T., keep your heart light shining, because no light ever becomes dim by sharing its light. If you like this video, follow Mindful Yoga with Noelle, and have a great day. Namaste.